Good afternoon. I'm Principal Robert Parga. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the 2016 Medfield High School commencement ceremony. To get us started, please join me in welcoming Senior Cole Foster, who's going to lead us in the singing of the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for that, Cole. Welcome, faculty, family, friends, alumni, and everyone gathered here today. Now let me get this straight before we get going. If you seem to recognize me, but just can't place it, it's probably because I bagged your groceries last weekend. We made it, guys. 4 long, hard years, but we finally did it. Yet, we would not be here today without the help of some very special people. To all of the faculty at MHS, thank you. Thank you for everything each and every one of you do day in and day out. You have provided us with the tools to succeed. There is a reason we were just ranked the #1 traditional public high school in Massachusetts, and it is because everyone that works in that building and in this school system will not stop until excellence is achieved. I would like to extend another thank you to all of our friends who helped us get here. I have no idea where I would be without my boys, as I know many of us feel the same way about our friends. I would do anything for them, as I have forged an unbreakable bond and friendship that I hope will carry for years to come. Lastly, thank you to our families. They have pushed us to become better people. They help us when we fall and are there for us whenever we need help. From making lunches to dropping off whatever we forgot at home, families have played an integral part into getting us where we are today. As we enter the next phase of our lives, I will never forget some of the lessons I learned throughout my life at the high school and in Medfield. Do not try and sit up top at the cafeteria as a freshman. Tweeting at the superintendent may get you a snow day. Call them Estwood because Medfield took the W and burnt the den. You know you can't touch the jungle. No cookies will ever be better than the high schools. When I am away from Medfield, I know if I hear this saying once in a blue moon, I will definitely think of a bacon, egg, and cheese. The lessons we have learned in this high school have shaped who we are today. It has forced us to grow up whether we like it or not. Tests, projects, and quizzes mold our study habits. You realize quickly an all-nighter will not get you as good of a grade that you could have gotten, no matter how much sugar and caffeine is in your snickerdoodle iced coffee. Friends, relationships, and drama expand our social skills. The melting pot of personalities, attitudes, and outlooks shape how we look at the world and help us create our vision. Yet, even with all of these lessons and skills, we are not perfect. Once we leave this high school, you will be faced with adversity. You're going to fight a battle. You're going to fight a battle and lose. But no matter your fight, keep pushing, because you can get through it. Everyone will fall, but it is about if you can get back up. Some of the perseverance, bravery, and courage I have seen on display from the class of 2016 is astounding. I have seen people grow up, not because they wanted to, but because they had to. We have experienced loss as a class, but we have come back even stronger. We have experienced pain, but we refuse to let it stop us. We are a class of warriors, not because it is our mascot, but because we cannot be stopped in our search for excellence and support of each other. I have faith knowing that the future is in our hands because I have seen firsthand the exceptional job we can do no matter what is placed in front of us. Now, your parents might disagree with this or be a little worried that their kids will be leading the world someday because just yesterday they called you to help find something in the fridge. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for electing me as your president. It was an honor. No words can describe the love I have for our grade. I cannot believe that we are finally leaving. I never thought I would hear myself say, I wish I could spend another day in the high school, but here we are. It is bittersweet, but we must move on to the next chapter of our lives and say goodbye to MHS. I could not be prouder to be president of the class of 2016. For one last time, let's go Warriors.
Good afternoon, everyone. Teddy is correct. He did tweet me every time there was a chance of a snowflake this entire year. My favorite one was Super Bowl Sunday when he asked for a snow day to study more. Thanks, Ted. Teddy also was an elementary student when I was in Anthem, so our paths have crossed again in Medfield, and I'm happy for it. Also, I want to thank Cole Foster. Cole, that's the third time I've heard you do the national anthem in the last 4 days, and it just keeps getting better. You're amazing. Thank you. Welcome, members of the Medfield School Committee, parents, grandparents, students, teachers, administrators, community members, members of the Board of Selectmen, and distinguished guests of the Medfield Public Schools. Today we celebrate the outstanding class of 2016 by culminating 13 years of learning, making friends, and achieving success. It's amazing to think that one day you were putting your child on the bus to go to kindergarten, and today they were graduating. It really does go by quickly. Over the past 3 years, I've had the pleasure to observe the growth and development of the class of 2016, and they really blossomed into fine young adults. This class is respectful, responsible, hardworking, driven, and polite. I've had the pleasure to observe these positive behaviors and actions over countless occasions in the past 3 years. The senior cruise, sporting events, band and orchestra concerts, plays, the rainy prom night this year, senior recognition, class day, but most importantly, in their day-to-day interactions with their peers and the staff. As I reflected on the class of 2016, I was struck by the strong character, maturity, and strength of this group. Two examples came to mind as I reflected on this group. Having to experience the death of two fathers within 1 week, events of loss are so incredibly difficult for older adults to handle, never mind 17 and 18-year-olds. The class of 2016 rallied around and supported their classmates and their families during this extremely difficult time. The sense of loss for our entire community was immense, but their response was impressive. Thanks to the support of 2016, no one went through this difficult time alone. I also think back to the Chris Herron visit to MHS. The former NBA star discussed the dangers of drugs and alcohol with our students, and once again, our kids were impressive. Often an uncomfortable subject for teenagers to talk about publicly, they were focused, honest, and thoughtful. In particular, I will never forget the leadership and courage shown by Nathaniel and Jake during that assembly. Chris Herron was so impressed with our kids, he wouldn't even take payment for the appearance. This being the second time at MHS, Chris said to us, "I love working with the kids in Medfield." The class of 2016 is truly an outstanding group of kids that will be missed here at MHS. As a graduate of MHS, this is such an exciting time in your lives. You've completed a rigorous curriculum in one of the best public school districts and high schools in the country. The Medfield Public Schools is a place where teachers and administrators are genuinely committed to your growth and development as a student and as a person. In the town of Medfield is a special place where every adult supports you and truly wants to see you succeed. You have found success, and now you're on to new challenges. You will soon find out firsthand that your experiences in Medfield have prepared you well for your next journey. Now is the time to take those strong values instilled by your family, coupled with your outstanding education, and take your show on the road. This is an exciting time to go to college or join the workforce. Emerging technologies are changing the way we communicate and do business. The economy has truly become global. There's a myriad of social issues that continue to cause debate throughout our country. And your first presidential election will feature one of the most fascinating races ever. It's truly interesting times to be an adult in this country. So this begs the question, what's it going to take for our graduates to be successful in the future? If you ask researcher and psychologist Angela Duckworth, she says one word, and that one word is grit. The work of Angela Duckworth has become prominent in the past few years in both education and the business worlds. The University of Pennsylvania professor has communicated extensively on the concept of grit with her best-selling book, Grit, The Power of Perseverance. She's written many articles and even has a popular TED Talk on the subject. Duckworth defines grit as the combination of passion and perseverance for a singularly important goal. And here's the key point of it, that passion and perseverance is sustained over years, not just weeks or months. Duckworth's research in her development of the grit scale has focused on using grit as a predictor of future success. She has studied elite military programs, teachers, inner-city graduation rates, retention for business positions, national spelling bee competitions, and even marriage. Her research has been longitudinal and with impressive sample sizes has illuminated some interesting facts of how grit leads to success in our world. Her findings suggest the following. The more talented you are, the less grit you may have. Grit more strongly predicts a cadet's retention at West Point than does SAT scores, high school rank, or self-control. Grit is a strong predictor of what soldiers will compete elite special forces training. Grit is also a predictor of what grade level and education level you will reach. High school juniors in urban areas with grit were 25% more likely to graduate than their peers. Participants in the National Spelling Bee with the most grit were the most successful. I've intentionally left off the marriage data because it's a little gender-based, and I think we know where that is, so we're not going to touch the marriage one. To further illustrate grit, Duckworth shares a quote from musician and actor Will Smith. Will Smith states, "The only thing I see that is distinctively different about me is I will never be outworked, period. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me, but if you and I get on the treadmill together, there's two things. Either you're getting off first, or I'm going to die on that treadmill. It's just that simple." Will Smith's quote is not unlike the message you received from Uzo on Friday. She said, hard work, focus, and passion. Clearly, there's a pattern developing in this message. When I think of grit, I think of the class of 2016. Making it to graduation shows you have grit. Many of you have met your long-term goals that are focused on academics, the arts, athletics, or a combination of both. You all should feel proud of your accomplishment today. So what's next? What does your future look like? As a graduate of Medfield High School, it's your responsibility to be a lifelong learner. As a lifelong learner, you will soon find out the deeper you explore a particular topic of interest, the more information begins to shape your thinking. What sustained goals will you focus on? What's your passion going to be? What are you willing to stay focused on for many years? How will you demonstrate your level of grit? Not sure? That's okay. Duckworth recognizes the reality that many graduates aren't there yet. Last week, she wrote an article directed to all graduates of 2016, in which she wrote, "As a psychologist that studies world-class achievers, I can say that the reality of following your passion is not very romantic. It takes time to develop a direction that feels so in your bones right that you never want to veer from it. So instead of thinking about following your passion, think instead of fostering your passion by moving toward your interests and seeking purpose." Good advice for everyone. To help with this process, I asked all graduates today to take some time over the summer to go online and take the grit scale. It takes less than 5 minutes, but it will give you interesting feedback on your own perseverance and motivation. Feedback you can certainly use in future years. Before I close, graduates, this is the most important message of all. Please take time to remember the people around you that supported you over the past 13 years. As Ronald Reagan once said, the family has always been the cornerstone of American society. It's important for you today and in the future to always make time for and with your family. Never forget that in addition to your grit, it's your family's support that got you to this point today. Class of 2016, I'm so happy for all of you and all of your families today. I know you're off to do great things in your next journey. And remember, no matter where your travels take you, you will always be a part of this incredible community we call Medfield. Congratulations, enjoy your day, and be safe.
Hello, everybody. My name is Daniel D. Blessing. I'm going to be giving a speech. Good afternoon, class of 2016. I said, good afternoon, class of 2016. That was for my dad napping in the audience somewhere. I am here today to tell you about this incredible graduating class. First, I have to say that the class of 2016 would be nothing without our fearless leader, Mr. Parga, who has been our principal since Blake Middle School. Quick message to the students of 2016. If you thought you could get away from Mr. Parga after high school, then you underestimate his dedication. I have just received word that the college you are specifically going to has just named him their Dean of Academics. Also, to make sure you stay out of trouble, he's going to be your roommate for the first semester. Whatever you do, do not touch his Arnold Palmers without asking. I can't believe we are graduating today. No, really, I can't. It feels like just last week I was at Dale, thinking of becoming a professional wall ball player. A few days ago, I was on Nature's Classroom, sleeping in Spangler and experiencing firsthand the joys of an Old Spice bomb. Yesterday, I was a freshman, showing up to the first day of high school with my backpack stuffed full of new supplies. Nothing like taking the plastic off a fresh binder, am I right, guys? It seems like with each new year of school, I buy less and less back-to-school supplies. This year, all I bought from Staples was 2 pencils and a stick of gum. And now we're all here. I've learned a lot about this place in my 4 years, but I never could find the pool on the 3rd floor. People say high school goes by fast, and I could not agree more. In our 4 short years at MHS, we've accomplished so much. We won numerous state championships, received countless musical awards, and put on many high-quality drama productions. We also brought back the unhealthy cookies in the cafeteria. You're welcome, freshmen. But most of all, we have become brothers and sisters, forged from the crucible of trying to decipher the crucible and growing up together. We have succeeded on each other's backs, leaning on others for strength when we are weak, and letting others lean on us when we are strong. We should all feel blessed to go to this amazing high school, Amos Clark Kingsbury High School. It's true, Medfield High School is actually named Amos Clark Kingsbury High School. MHS, because I refuse to call it ACKHS, would not be the same without the unforgettable character that Medfield itself has. There are people in Medfield I will never forget, from Bubblegum Bob to BJ at Subway to the Warrior mascot himself. Not only in name, but in what it contains, Medfield is unique. A landing strip for Walt Disney, an abandoned mental hospital, and the Peak House are all some of the quirks that make this town feel like home. There truly is something in the air here that fills me with happiness whenever I breathe it in, after time spent away. Thank you to anyone who has ever helped us succeed in any way, big or small. Thank you, Mom and Dad, parents, extended family, teachers, administrators, coaches, bus drivers, custodians, the band and orchestra here today, and good old Marty. But the people I most want to thank for my time here are the students sitting beside me. Each one of you is unique, full of value, and has contributed to the class of 2016. I can say with certainty that if any of you were not here today, the class of 2016 would have been distinctly different. Each one of you, we are a collage that combines to make a masterpiece. The relationships we have formed together may fade once we go our separate ways, but in this exact moment, they are as strong as steel chain, and that in itself is beautiful. If I could give every single one of you a shout out right now, I would, but I think my dad might take a nap. However, it has been a long day's journey through the public school system. The teachers I have met have been some of the most caring and insightful people I know. The person I have become cannot exist without the lessons I have learned inside these four walls, and I'm learning new lessons every day. We have learned the value of hard work, the humbling nature of failure, and the sweet taste of success here. The transformation we all went through is a testament to the integrity of the institution of Medfield High School. However, there is no need to talk about what high school was like because we have all finished it. The past is past, life marches on. If you choose to focus on the past, you will never be prepared for the future. Let this be a moment where you can fully appreciate what I am saying. Every moment of your high school experience no longer matters. Now, let me explain. I am not saying that your relationships, achievements, and memories do not matter. I am saying that your mistakes and failures are no longer important. This is a fresh start, and we are all graduating today with the same diploma. We are starting a new race now, and we are all just as nervous as the person sitting next to us. What does matter is what you choose to do with your life. Whatever it is, be prepared to work hard. Those who become legendary at something and become renowned for it are no different than you and me. A successful person has no innate quality that normal people lack. People succeed in this world because they work hard and never shy away from a challenge. You get out what you put in, as Marty told me and my father showed me. Have fun with your remaining time in Medfield. Check out my mixtape, and remember, do not feel sad about our time ending. Feel happy because it has happened. Thank you, God bless America, and God bless you all.
Hello, I'm Olivia Taylor, and I'm honored to speak to you all today. Legacy is an intimidating word. It has an intense sense of permanence to it, as if there's one chance to leave an everlasting mark. In advisory, they gave us a list of questions after Mike Smith came to the school as a guest speaker. Since it was advisory, I obviously took the task lightly and just skimmed through the top 2 questions. First question, what do you want your legacy to be at MHS? What kind of a question was this? How was I supposed to know? There are 232 kids in the class of 2016. Do they really expect every single one of us to leave a lasting legacy? I scoffed at the question and let it slip through my mind. The next question, if you were able to go back in time and change one thing that you've ever done, what would it be? Easy. Without hesitation, my answer was honest and pure. I would go back to 2nd grade and not tell that kid in my class that he has a big head. The scary part of that question was my answer. Why did that particular moment stand out to me? I doubted he remembered, but it's a moment in my life that I knew I was doing the wrong thing when I said it, and I never apologized for it. I say sorry about 50 times a day, for the tiny slip-ups, to express my sympathies, to excuse my daily awkwardness. But in 10 years, I had never got the guts to go up to this one boy and tell him I was sorry for being a jerk when I was 7. It became my goal for the rest of senior year to apologize for the real things and to stop apologizing for being myself. Since I was little, I've tried to put on a persona, but I've never been good at it. I use sorry as an eraser, as a way to mold myself to perfection. I pretend nobody would notice if I screwed up, if I took it back. People notice, but honestly, nobody cared. We all have this perception the world is judging our every move, but in reality, nobody cares. I let the idea of being perfect define me for too long. I tried to view myself from an outsider's eyes, and in the end, this frustrated me. I was not the definition of perfection. I was a bumbling high schooler who didn't really know what she was doing. And I was focusing too much on labels. With these labels, I tried to file my classmates into stereotypical cliques. The jocks, the nerds, the theater kids, the partiers, and this list goes on. I wanted to be a theater kid, not a science nerd. I was afraid people would see me as the geek, and that would be my high school identity. In the end, though, we are nothing but ourselves. I'm a drama kid, a music kid, a science nerd, a dancer, and whatever else you want to call me. And I can say, with complete certainty, that everyone in the class of 2016 is equally well-rounded, and not one of us can be defined with an easy label. Dropping labels has made our class unique. This year especially, I've seen all of us become closer. We began to see each other as equals, losing the intense sense of judgment that high school breeds. For this, I know that every single one of us is going to succeed next year in our own way. The future is daunting, but we should have the confidence in knowing that we created a community and that we can continue to do so wherever life takes us. I've realized the answer to my original question. What do you want your legacy to be at MHS? It may come in the big accomplishments, the state championships, the new records, the school show, the honors, or the awards. Eventually, though, these are just going to be memories. Our real legacy is going to be how each of us affected each other and the MHS community. You make an impression on every person you talk to, your peers, your teachers, the underclassmen. Every impression is a legacy of its own. Look around at the kids sitting next to you and know that your life is different because of them, and theirs is different because of you, no matter how small. I'll never forget the kid in second grade whose head I called big. I'll never forget my friends, my classmates, and the amazing memories I've made at Medfield High School. Goodbyes are always bittersweet, but I have to say I could not be prouder of my classmates as we wish each other the best of luck in whatever the future brings. Congratulations, class of 2016. You deserve this moment.
First, I want to thank Mr. Parga for making me follow such great acts. It's humbling. I appreciate now I'm going to have to follow that. And I'm standing between you and Brian, who I'm sure will be much more inspiring than I am. But I'm a lawyer and small-town politician, so you're stuck here for a few minutes. Members of the class of 2016, I will be brief, but I want to offer a few observations about the world you've lived in and the one you'll inherit. Beloit College publishes an annual list about its incoming freshman class that highlights how the world has changed. I borrowed some of these thoughts from there and included some of my own. When your parents and I sat here, even Steve Jobs had not imagined anything as cool as an iPhone. In fact, the first iPhone didn't exist till you were in 3rd grade. The world has changed. In fact, it's a safe bet when you were born, none of your parents owned a cell phone, and nobody had ever sent a text message. How many of you sent today? How many of you sent since I got up here? The world has changed. When you see wire-rimmed glasses, you think of Harry Potter, not John Lennon. And you might even play Quidditch in college. The world has changed. When you were in elementary school and even at Blake, your parents probably encouraged you to use the internet. Most of your parents have probably begged you to get off it at least twice today. And again, some of you are on it now. The world has changed. Google was a startup when you were born. Facebook launched when you were at Memorial, and by the time you got out of Blake, it was no longer particularly interesting to you. In January of your first grade year, a new show premiered on NBC. Its star is now the Republican nominee for president. The world has changed. To you, Medfield Hospital had always been a sledding hill. It's never been a hospital. The world has changed, and despite these changes, some things have remained constant. Tom Brady was drafted by the New England Patriots with the 199th pick in 2000, before any of you were toilet trained. Other than one injury season, you have never known any other quarterback of the New England Patriots. In January of your kindergarten year, David Ortiz signed a free agent contract with the Red Sox. Some things haven't changed. Medfield can and does win state championships in nearly every sport. The Simpsons are still growing strong. Some of you wouldn't have gotten through Blake without the hand-holding and tear-wiping of Tracy Allen. And she's here today to wish you well. And tomorrow she'll be back at Blake, because some things don't change. In a few minutes, when we give out your diplomas, I'll step aside for some of them, and Tim Bonfatti will help. When you were in kindergarten, Tim Bonfatti was elected to the school committee. Every year you've been in school, Tim has served. And this spring, he was elected for the 5th time. This is his 13th year. Some things don't change. Your parents still adore you. Or maybe now that you're through those difficult teenage years, what I like to call the Harry Potter Book 5 years, they adore you again. They've always loved you. They always will. Many of these things, the changes and the constants, were unimaginable when we welcomed you into the world and we welcomed you to the schools. And as we send you on your way, we know so much more is about to change in ways that none of us can predict. The rumors are the new iPhone will be waterproof. There's actually driverless cars. We don't know what will happen. But on behalf of the school committee, we have a simple challenge for you. Take charge of the changes and the constants. Be active participants in revolution and reform. No matter what the issue, no matter how big, get out and vote. Use what you've learned here to embrace and shape the transformations you see around you, and have the courage to be an instigator when you see injustice. The classmates you're about to meet in college, the colleagues you're going to meet in the workforce, those who will join you in service to our country, will join you in helping to make decisions about what will change and about what will stay the same. You and your friends and colleagues and contemporaries will decide, for example, whether the tragedy last night was the worst tragedy, the worst mass shooting in our country's history so far, or the worst ever, and if it stops now. It's up to you to be the change and to make sure that the things that are important stay constant. And no matter how much the world changed, no matter how much you change the world, we want you to remember one thing that won't change. You will always find a welcome home in Medfield. We're proud of you, we will miss you, and we can't wait to see what you will do.
I'm going to take this off because I know how this ends, so I'm just going to put that right there. Parents, faculty, my fellow seniors, well, now that I got that out of the way, my name is Bryan Carrabis, and I am the senior speaker today. And I just want to say how proud I am to be able to stand up here and tell you guys that we finally made it. Now, I could take time and make some extreme metaphor about how the fact that our lives in high schools is over and we had to make a new one begin, but you guys already know all about that. I can remember back in 9th grade, like it was 2 hours ago. Yeah. I was the goofy, mop-headed kid that wore an NFL jersey any day he could. And now I look at myself and not all my peers to the left and right of me, but I can see how much we've changed and how much we've accomplished. If I were to time travel right now, back into the past, and tell my 9th grade self senior year was going to be the most memorable year for me, I didn't even pay attention to my teachers. Why would I pay attention to myself? If I told him that I was going to the college I wanted to go to, if I told him that senior year would the friends that I made would be my brothers in the end, if I told him that I would drop jazz band and play football, I wouldn't believe it. And if I bet if you were to tell your 9th grade selves that some of you would be the top 10% in your grades, or a 2-time TVL All-Star, some of you 3 state championships, I bet you guys wouldn't believe it for a second, because I sure can. And it's almost surreal how far we've come. I remember White Cluster, 7th grade, Mrs. Ayers, always told me that I had potential to do something great. She also taught me not to be a teacher's pet. And I remember when I graduated from 8th grade, I went over and asked her if I could challenge her to a game of Words with Friends. And I'll try to do my good impression right here, but she said, "Honey, you got a long way to go. 4 more years, yeah, you can graduate and play me." Well, I finally challenge you. Bring it on, Mrs. Ayers, wherever you are. I want a game. And to all the faculty and teachers that have helped me, there's nothing I can do to repay you. Except for you, Mr. Mendoza, wherever you are. We can go see the next Star Wars together. Thank you to the Sea Turtles, the White Cluster, the Stripes. Thank you to every teacher in high school. And I would also like to thank Mrs. Andrea Trasher. Thank you for being one of the best friends and the best first grade teacher I could have had. You're not only a teacher, a principal, but you are my friend. Thank you. Parents and guardians, this one's for you. Look at everyone to the left and right of you. And I know each of you can remember a handful of these kids screaming, running around, and antagonizing one another. Although you may believe I'm talking about kindergarten, I'm talking about last night. The handful of kids may be your friends, or the children you met at the bus stop, or the children they met in class. You watch these kids grow up. I'm mainly talking about getting taller, not mature. And from me in the class of 2016, there's nothing we can do to repay you. Especially because the payout would be about like $100,000, something around there, and I don't think we got the money for that. Michael Dell said it best. As you start your journey, the first thing you should do is throw away that store-bought map and write your own. I would like to thank my mom for being the best role model that I've ever had, my siblings for not putting pains in my necks, but also for being my best friends, my great friends like Sam, Andrew, Jake. Words can't express what you guys mean to me, and everyone else. I would like to thank Mr. DeWolf for being like a second father to me. And parents, faculty, students, thank you for your time. Congratulations, 2016. Let's get it.
So, Chris, I'm thinking next year maybe you and I will go first so we don't have to follow that. Good job, Brad. Good afternoon. Before I make my closing remarks, there are several people I'd like to thank for making today absolutely perfect. As you can imagine, so much time and effort has been dedicated to make this day a special one for our graduates. First, I want to thank our assistant principals, Mrs. Mendoza and Mr. Sperling, for making sure the senior events of this past week went out without a hitch. And how about our senior class advisors, Mrs. Lohan, Mrs. Tevis Finn, for their work over the years. And I know today is a bittersweet day for them. Our custodians and maintenance crew have spent the past 2 days getting the staging, chairs, and tents up. Well, we tried to get the tent up. Didn't work today. And let's not forget about Mrs. Ingram, who pulls all this together. It's a big undertaking, and we are very fortunate to have so many people who help out. So please join me in thanking everyone for making today a special one for our graduates. Friends, parents, honored guests, and to the wonderful class of 2016. As principal at Medfield High School, it is my privilege to have this opportunity to speak as we celebrate the success of all 230 of you. Success is a word that we've been able to use quite a bit here in Medfield, especially when we talk about the class of 2016. And we've used that word to describe many programs you've been involved with. For example, during your 4 years here at MHS, you have been part of an incredible theater program that has hosted over 12 productions, including musicals and student-directed plays. You've played to packed auditoriums, entertaining your classmates, your parents, and in some cases, the younger students here in Medfield. You've shown them what success means on the stage. I can't talk about success without mentioning our music department. During your 4 years, you've been recognized for your many talents at local festivals and competitions in New York City and elsewhere. Many of you have performed in New Orleans, Philadelphia, Toronto, Shanghai, Beijing, and Bamboo, China. And the number of individual ensemble awards you've received are too many to count, so indicative of a program that has achieved so much success. And how about those of you who've showed off your incredible artistic talents? As a result, we have incredible murals here at the high school, but at other schools as well, and other buildings in town. Many of you have had your artwork displayed in galleries across New England, and oh yeah, many awards have come your way as well. We will all enjoy seeing your success long after you leave Medfield High School. Athletic success has become the norm here in Medfield. During your 4 years, many of you helped bring 18 league titles, several track and field records, and an impressive 5 state championships and counting. The culture of this winning is a result of your hard work, your dedication, your leadership, and the leadership from our 32 varsity coaches and all of our team captains. Your success is well noted. And of course, we are an institution of learning. In addition to the success you've achieved in music and art, in theater, and in athletic competition, somehow, some way, in between all of that, you found time to study, to share, to create unbelievable work in the classroom. As a result, your MCAS, SAT, PSAT, ACT, and AP scores have been some of the highest in the state. Because of your success, national publications like U.S. News and World Report and Newsweek have ranked Medfield High School as one of the top schools, and in some cases, the top public high school in the state of Massachusetts. And because of your success, we've literally built new trophy cases and have redesigned existing display cabinets. You, the class of 2016, excelled in the classroom, on stage, on the athletic fields, in concert halls. You've built quite a resume on par with any class we've ever graduated. You have made us proud, but what I'm most proud of is the way you've achieved all of this success. Your volunteer work, your care for those in need, The respect you've shown your opponents in competition and the respect you've shown the staff here at Medfield High School reflects who you are and what you're about. There is a sign inside Medfield High School that reads, quote, "Integrity leads to real success," unquote. You, the class of 2016, represent that by your actions, by what you've said, and how you've said it. Because of this, you've helped define what warrior pride means. I consider myself very fortunate to have had a front row seat to your success. Over the years, I've been impressed at how you've supported each other, and it's been a lot of fun to see how you've celebrated together. And I am so excited for what lies ahead. On behalf of the staffs at Memorial, Wheelock, Dale Street, Lake Middle School, and at Medfield High School, I wish you continued success, good luck, and good health. Congratulations to the Medfield class of 2016.
Good afternoon, classmates, faculty, family, and friends. My name is Katie Eamer, Treasurer of the Class of 2016. Today, on behalf of the graduating class, I am honored to present a very special gift to Medfield High School. I'm excited to announce that a new set of furniture will be placed in the senior lounge. This set includes 2 couches, 2 chairs, and a new coffee table. I know that many students in our class have enjoyed spending their time in the senior lounge, whether it was during lunch period to socialize with friends or during class to work on a group project. Since freshman year, the students in our class looked forward to the day when they could sit in those comfortable couches and kick back with friends. To me, the senior lounge is a place where students can escape the stress of school for 20 minutes and spend time with one another. We decided to buy new furniture for the lounge because we wanted to ensure that future seniors utilize the space and truly love it as we did. We want the lounge to remain fresh and new, like the new seniors that will be using it next year. We hope that when future seniors decide to go to the senior lounge, they will realize that the memories they make at Medfield High School are very precious and decide to savor every second they have together. We hope that they enjoy their time here as much as we did. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2016.
The class of 2016, Daniel Reese Blessing, honor essayist. Olivia Claire Taylor, honor essayist. Bryan James Carrabis, Senior Speaker. Theodore Francis Duffy, Class President. Matthew Michael Marie, Class Vice President. Colin Patrick McQuillan, Class Secretary. Katie Lynn Eamer, Class Treasurer. Matthew David Johnson, Class Representative to the School Committee. Andrea Elizabeth Nevins, Student Council President. Erin Malloy Bankert, Student Council Vice President. Shannon Patricia Delaney, Student Council Secretary. Ann Reed Tucker, Student Council Treasurer. Nicole Kathleen Venkataraman, Student Council Representative to the School Committee. Peyton Ann Marshall, Student Council Historian. Grace Mary Kroll, Student Council Public Relations. Emily Wong Achuk. Merrill Ann Adams. Julia Megan Adrian. Michael Robert Ellinger. Noah John Ansberger. Emily Ann Arcari. Siddharth Arun. Elizabeth Nicole Athanasiadis. Matthew Philip Averill. Joseph Thomas Aversa. Lily Ann Baker. Patrick Michael Baker. Julianne Christine Barbie. Marisol Barros. Henry Pratt Barrows. Julianne Mary Benatti. William David Bento. Jacob Mark Berger. Meredith Ann Bertoni. Ivelisse Marie Benaldi. Jack Familant Borden. Emily Graham Bozajian. Caroline Marie Brassel. Cooper Nicholas Brown. Isabella Catherine Bruno. Elizabeth Marie Bryant. Paul Pressner Bryant. Michael Thomas Cahill. Nicole Bridget Chadwick. Alessandra Christina Chicos. Carrie Ann Clark. Renee Marie Clark. Catherine Elizabeth Clower. Sarah Emily Cohen. Timothy Michael Collins. Douglas Cornelius Connolly. Patrick Thomas Coogan. Connor James Carodi. Jake Patrick Corsi. Amanda Colleen Colum. Meredith Lauren Cox. Sarah Carmelina Crofts. Victoria Rose Cunningham. Adam Lewis Debate. Abigail Ann Darmafal. Delia Marie Davis. Sarah Lyden Deely. Emma Casey DeMille. Samuel Bishop Denny. William Todd Darian. Christina Celia DeSantis. Jameson Paul DeJordy. Sophia Maria Devlin. Samuel Joseph DeWolf. Kathleen Rose Diana. Jessica Ruth Diliberto. Julia Lorraine Donahue. Caleb Joseph Donovan. Thomas Edward Dugan. Isabella Rose Dupre. Jason Richard Ebbs. Catherine Irene Ellard. Carly Rose Ellison. Emily Jane Eng. John Patrick Farrell. Wesley Arlen Fedak. Molly Clemens Feeney. Margaret Fegley. Olivia Mosju Feldman. Cole Joseph Foster. Hannah Marie Frawley. Emily Elizabeth Ganem. Kyle Stephen Gately. Evan Philip Gavriles. Caitlin Rose Garrity. Abigail Marie Gibson. Jacqueline Elaine Gigi. Dana Reynolds Gill. Madison Claire Junta. Ainsley Hope Gonzer. Jane Elizabeth Gotham. Noah Lewis Grafton. Emma Jane Graziano. Laura Faith Greenwald. Haley Margaret Grigg. Drew Stephen Hagan. Michael Anthony Hagan. Colton Maxwell Hall. John Patrick Harrison. Nicholas Jack Harrison. Kayla Beth Higgins. Lauren Price Hobby. Patrick Hurley. Lauren Maria Inglesby. Megan O'Connor Isif. Amy Renee Johansson. Matthew Holmes Johnson. Matthew Samuel Johnson. Samuel Quinn Johnson. Maxwell James Carger. Zachary James Cassay. Ryan Samuel Carney. Nicole Elizabeth Keith. Charlotte Addison Chelman. John Wing Cornett. Alexandra Michelle Cortachewell. Evan Alexander Lautz. Alexandra Mairead Lenahan. Eileen Catherine Lent. Emilio Jose Luna. Colden Fougere Lundberg. Jeffrey David Lundstrom. Michael Burke Lundstrom. Thomas Jeffrey Lunn. Catherine Elizabeth Lyons. John Richard McLean. John Edward Maddie. Liam Donovan Mailer. Maggie Elizabeth Mahoney. Matthew James Malvisi Jr. Andrew James Maritan. Gerard James McCarthy. Michael Patrick McCarthy. Kevin John McCordick. Nolan Gregory McLean. Matthew Leo McKinney. Sarah Kathleen McLafferty. Danielle Lynn McNeely. Mary Kate Florence McNeil. Taylor Sam Mawini. Randall Adam Miller. Robert Harrison Miller. Andrew Francis Moran. Paul Christian Mulvihill. Alina Marie Musto. Samuel Balu Nauman. Emma Rose Nadal. Alexandra Kerr Newland. Hugh Min Win. Hannah Elizabeth Nixon. Darby Dorothy Constance Noonan. Juliana Christine Ockerbloom. Sean Patrick O'Connor. Emily Ruth O'Donnell. Kaylee Ann O'Leary. Catherine Ann Obiella. James William Pagliazzo. Alexander James Papadinoff. Holly Selinger Parsons. Alyssa Morgan Pender. Julia Lindmore Perry. Kathleen Emma Peterson. Mary Grace Elizabeth Petrie. Sean Matthew Phelan. Mairead Ann Pidcock. Emily Hope Piersack. Isabel Louise Prego. Joshua Beasler Previtt. Garrison Chen. Michaela Ann Reddy. Nigel Kenneth Reef. Allison Tate Riling. Nicholas Switch Renault. Richard. Christina Nicole Rimmel. Kyle Alexander Robertson. Gregory John Robinson. Dana Kathleen Russell. Emily Rose Russo. Aiden Drew Savoy. George Joseph Sawan Jr. Nathaniel Nicholas Schwartz. Ryan David Schwerer. Abigail Marie Sear. Michael Christopher Seaman. Jonathan William Sebo. Baneet Piyush Shah. Mega Hitendrakhamar Shah. Molly Elaine Shea. Carson Powers Skerry. Zoe June Smith. Grace Laughlin Sawarda. Abigail Holmes Spaeth. Jennifer Carol Stanley. Bailey Ross Hokinson Stein. Ella Colley Strickler. Gregory Kenneth Swedeen. Jessica Mary Tacconi. Osiris Judea Terry. Brendan Christopher Thompson. Olivia Joy Tong. Yanni Stavros Tragelis. Alexander Marcus Trehubenko. Matthew Anthony Treber. Florian Mateus Christian Churchenthaler. Jack Henry Dante Vara. Jessica Hazel Varner. Jenna Michelle Verge. Laura Suzanne Wallace. Michael Charles Walsh. Eric Wang. Timothy Joseph Warren. Jeffrey Daniel Weintraub. Nicholas Robert Worthison. Jacob Paul Wheeler. John Patrick Williams. Kristen Hallie Wilson. Kira Manning Worsig. Kailang Shu. Alyssa Louise Yee. Skylar Christine Yee. Congratulations to the class of 2016.
First of all, I want to thank Mr. Doug Olson and Miss Brenna Evans and the MHS Orchestra and Band for spending their day off to be with us today. So thank you to the band and orchestra. Another important announcement, the all-night grad party volunteers have asked me to remind the parents, not the graduates, the parents the opportunity to go in for an all-night grad party open house, which will take place right after the ceremony. For those of you interested in looking inside, you may do so when we're done. So our ceremony has concluded. Thank you for coming out to support our gadgets. It's now time for our wonderful musicians to take us out. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2016.
Medfield TV. Community shows.